Alright guys, what is going on?
What's up?
Captain Cody Davis here for what's hopefully going to turn into another episode of your guys' favorite YouTube channel, Tight Splice Charters. Finally have a day to where I'm free and able to go out and go fishing. The baby's doing awesome. My wife's doing great. She has some friends coming over to hang out and see the baby and stuff today, so she's gonna have some help. So she told me to go fishing, go film, go look around. So I'm not going to argue with her. So here we go. Haven't been on the lake in probably like 2 weeks or something crazy. I don't even know the last time I was out there. I don't even remember it. Obviously, right now there's a lot changing on the lake. We got water dropping like crazy, bluegill moving up. We've had ridiculous wind. The wind has not stopped blowing since February. And it blows a different direction every day, which is muddying a lot of stuff, cleaning a lot of stuff on a daily basis. So I really have no idea what to expect or what I'm going to find. The lake's like 4 inches, I think 4 inches shallower than the last time I was out there, if my math is correct. So that's a completely different playing field also. So I'm just excited to get out here and go look around and see what's going on. And hopefully we can find some, not only a lot of fish, but some big ones. I know there's some big ones around. This may turn into a 2-part video. I don't know if the lake's kind of stagnant, not fishing real well this morning. I do have some light tackle spinning rods in the truck. We might load up and go try to play with some freshwater tarpon. I don't know. That might just be a completely different video. We might just wait another day till I'm free to go do that. I hate trying to do too much in a day and then I end up not giving full effort in one specific thing and then I end up not catching a damn thing. So we don't want to do that. So I've got them just in case my water's real dirty where I plan on going to fish and stuff. So we're gonna go look at that. We are leaving the gas station now. Just emptied out my newborn son's savings account, college savings, all that stuff I had saved away for him into my gas tank. So that's not fun. And I guess we're gonna go fishing. Don't really have a game plan, like I said. My main goal is just to flip the big jig around. But at the end of the day, I gotta find some fish because I've got trips coming up. I go back to work this week. So that's kind of the other purpose of me going out here on the lake. But looking forward to it. And I'll see you guys out there. Okay, ladies and gents, we are on the lake. Been out here for probably 20 minutes or so, just kind of assessing what's going on. And it's pretty much as I thought it would be. Water's pretty dirty, just from all the swirling wind we've been having. The lake's dropped a lot since the last time I was out here. And another thing I could tell is different is I ran by an area where I was spending a lot of time prior to my time off. And a lot of tournaments were being won in there. A lot of people just had a lot of fishing pressure. Been a lot of fish in there. I spent a lot of time guiding in there, tournament fishing in there, and I literally ran through there this morning and there was probably 18 trucks and trailers at the ramp and there was not one boat in that area. So that tells you right now, or right there, that a lot of stuff's changing. Water's dropping, stuff like that. So I just, instead of staying down in there, not that I'm a bent rod fisherman, but that was just a clue to not even waste my time. I may go in there a little later. I like that area when it gets a little windier, see if we can pull a few more out of there. But I think these fish are on the move. I really think they're pushing to the outside, which is where I'm at. And when they push out here, they're going to look for good bottom for the bluegill to spawn on. And then they're really going to get on anything they can get on. You guys can see I'm just pitching these little, they're not even clumps, they're just little stalks of Kissimmee grass. And it would amaze you how good they'll get on these little clumps. Just flipping a 1 ounce Gambler Jigzilla June bug color with a little Missile Baits D-bomb trailer on the back. And might not get a lot of bites on this, but if I swing, it should be a giant one. We'll move around a lot today. You know, this water's pretty muddy. I think it's going to be muddy pretty much everywhere. Kelly told me the fish he's found were in nasty, nasty water also. So it's going to be process of elimination, but we'll find them. And I don't know, check in with you in a bit. Wonder if you could see that line jump. I don't know if it was a bass. I mean, switched over to just flipping a bare plastic instead of a jig. A little bit smaller profile. I don't know. That was just a random bite. But if that was a bass, it was a good one. I don't know if you guys saw that. Little guy, skinny. Caught that one. Now that one ate it completely different. I flipped in there, and when I lifted, my line was out here. And they will do that a lot of times in this shallow water. That one was on the jig. It's crazy. I was just getting ready to talk to the camera how you could be off by so little on this lake. Wasn't feeling it, just trolled on 100, 200 yards. And as soon as I said to myself, all right, this water looks a little fishier, I heard a couple brim pop, I had a bite, missed one. When I flipped my bait up around these reeds and I'd go to, thought I had a bite, kind of drag it out, instead of just feeling nothing, you could feel it ticking all that shell. This is really good bottom stuff you want to look for. A lot of isolated stuff, but yet it's kind of clumped together, but it is isolated. Good place for these brim to move up to bed, so they can kind of bed up inside these sparse reed heads. I guess that's what you'd call them. So you're gonna pick this apart. I like catching them on the jig. We're probably just gonna keep flipping this around and see if we can run across a big one. Again, he got it as I was bringing it out. That's a healthier looking fish. Still not big, but it's on that jig again. Keep thinking I should go back to the plastic, but it's just random. You know, haven't really found a little wad of them yet. A lot of times in this particular area of the lake, when you find them, you'll kind of find them really bunched together, and I haven't found that yet, but still got time. A little hunchback. Better one. I literally was reeling it out of the pads and you came up and grabbed it on top. A little better one. No size. It's not an awful one. I mean, they're just so slightly hitting that bait. Good jig. He hit it on the fall. Look at that. Jig is down his throat. Tell you what I'm eating. I hopped it up and it went dong. The big ones are fun. All right, guys, we pulled an audible. Was catching plenty of fish where I was, catching them the way I wanted to catch them, flipping a beaver and flipping a jig. The problem is when the weather forecast calls for 5 to 10 out of the east, you take that into consideration when you're picking what area of the lake you want to fish and how you're going to fish. And when you get out there and it starts blowing 20 to 25 directly out of the north, that screws you all up. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm so over the wind. But it was honking. I mean, you couldn't fish where I wanted to fish. When I got to the ramp, there were already 10 or 12 other boats pulling out at the same time because that end of the lake just got unfishable. I didn't feel like going up north. I didn't feel like doing anything like that. So instead, I had some light spinners in the boat. And we're going to go see if we can play with some freshwater snook and some freshwater tarpon maybe with some light tackle. It's blowing twice as hard here in the river system I'm going to be fishing. I don't know if we'll even be able to really fish it, but we're here now. We're going to try it. What really pisses me off is a bunch of my buddies are fishing in the ocean right now over on the coast, and it's slick as a swimming pool. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm over the wind. So we're going to get launched, get the hell out of this boat ramp, and we're going to make a run and go get to the spot. Okay, guys, we made it to our audible location here. It's still blowing. I'm actually very glad I got off the lake when I did because it's blowing over 25 miles an hour now. You can't tell right now because we're surrounded by these giant Australian pines, which is good, or else we wouldn't be able to fish here either, and then I would have just been going home for the day. So these pine trees are blocking us, which is great. And basically we're just up one of the rivers here that connect to Lake Okeechobee, and we're fishing for whatever bites really, but there's a lot of tarpon, snook, there's largemouth, there's bull sharks, ladyfish, jacks, everything kind of lives in these little river systems, and they all connect to Okeechobee, which is really cool. So the other really neat thing about this area is there's not much for these fish to get you in. There are some trees and stuff like that underwater, but for the most part you could target everything in here with super light tackle. So this is actually a 1,000 size reel, 4-pound braid. I've got a little bit of 8-pound fluorocarbon on here, and then just a little 10-inch piece of 14-pound fluoro per leader, little 1/8 ounce jig head and a little white Gambler teasy. And I've got 4 or 5 other light spinning rods that are pretty similar with no more than 10-pound braid on them. So super fun. Not that there's no giants in here. There's 150-pound tarpon in here and 30-pound snook in here. But for the most part, they are a little bit on the smaller side most of the time, and you could play with them and have fun with them with the light tackle. So that's kind of what we're doing. We might not catch anything. We may catch a river monster. There's no telling. But right now, I'm just letting the wind blow us down this stretch here. It's pretty flat, so I'm waiting to see if a tarpon will come up and gulp air, give themselves away, come up and roll. I can throw this at them, and just blind casting along the way in case I run into a snook or something like that, or just a free swimming tarpon also. So that's it. Just kind of been a mixed mash day, but that's what's so cool about this area of Florida. There's just so many different things you can do within a 30-minute drive from Lake Okeechobee. So we'll see. Hopefully I can show off some of these cool fish to you guys here. something. First cast on a different lure. I don't think it's what we want, but yep. So, that was a giant Mayan cichlid. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with these guys. Crazy thing is, there are snook in here that'll swallow that guy one shot. That's a 1.5 pound cichlid there. They're a neat fish, fight hard, but I think that's what those giant snook are in here eating on, are those guys. That size too, which is crazy. You guys can see them right there. Got a little raccoon coming down to get some water. Oh, 2 of them. What's up? Tarpon right there. Little micro poon. Damn, that thing was sick. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that thing. That thing was like 1.5 pounds. That was sick. Oh, that was so cool. Got him. What is it? I couldn't tell if it was a snook or a tarpon. Kind of jumped like a tarpon, but he's reeling it on the bottom. Tarpon. All right. If it comes off at this point, I don't really care. That's all I wanted. I'm sure you guys haven't seen, because I probably didn't put it in the video, but I've hooked and lost so many fish. I've got this guy in a little bit heavier line. Got him on 10 pound, 20 pound leader. They are fun. That's what makes Okeechobee so cool, guys. I mean, you could literally be bass fishing, and if it's slow and you want to try something different, just go through a boat lock or two and be playing with these guys. Lake Okeechobee, like inside the dike also, but obviously there'll be more of them out here. Look how cool that little thing is, man. They are so cool. I can't tell how good he's hooked, so I know he's gonna jump again. God, they're so pretty. You gonna jump? Go ahead. Hopefully old bull shark doesn't come. Okay. There you go. They are the coolest little fish, man. Now, that fish right there is probably, I don't know, 2 years old or something, and he'll be in here, and eventually he'll probably make his way into Lake Okeechobee, or he'll just live out his life in here, and when my grandkids are around, he'll be 150 pounds, if not 200. So cool. Take my time and he would have been real fun on the 4-pound, but I just hooked 1 or 2 of them. God, they are so cool. Such a cool fish. All right. There she goes. All right. That was pretty neat. Got him on the old DOA Terror Eye. The stupidest looking lure in the world, but if not one of the best. Little piece of 20-pound, 10-pound braid. Got her did. Fish for just a little bit longer and see if we can't run across another one. God, that was a good one. Doubt you guys could see that. All right, got another one. The boat next to me just caught like a 25-pounder. I'm catching the little guys, but I like catching these little dudes. They're so cool. Only got this guy on 4-pound braid, 4-pound with a little 8-pound leader, so taking it really light on them. Any of you guys looking for an ultralight? This is a Arc Invoker Pro 610 medium light. It's a drop shot rod. I don't drop shot, obviously, because we fish Okeechobee. There's really not a time or place for it. I don't know what goes into a drop shot rod, but this thing is ultra light. Like, I'd use this thing for bluegill, so it makes catching these little guys super fun. Again, 1,000 size reel, 4-pound braid, 8-pound leader. You can just take your time with them. See if we can land this guy here. Gambler goat jig head, that little teasy tarpon number 2. Little guys, there's big ones in here, but these are just little. Again, probably about the exact same size as the one I caught, the last one I caught. I've caught bigger in here, but I love catching these little guys on light tackle. So cool. Perfect, healthy, little freshwater pumas. Catch them, take your time and make sure you revive them. And look at that. They're so cool. Perfect size for like a 6-weight fly rod, or 4-pound braid works pretty good too. There he goes. All right, making it up. Okay guys, that's going to wrap it up for us here on this one. Definitely not the most action-packed video I've ever filmed, but it was a lot of fun, a little bit different for you guys. I wish the lake would have panned out. When I pulled the boat out, there were 8 or 9 other boats pulling out with me. Some of them were going to put in at other ramps, but I don't know, I really wanted to fish that particular area, and I really just wanted to catch them flipping a jig or flipping a beaver, and I caught them. I had 8 or 9 fish and had 5 or 6 other bites that I missed. They're there. I know they're there. My work's done. Now, if you guys book me, I could take you there and you guys can catch them. Just felt, I was really on the fence whether I wanted to come play with these little tarpon because I knew the conditions were going to set up right for it, or go to the lake. So when it got blown out, I kind of just jumped in the truck and came here, and this really wasn't popping off either. I caught those 2 and had a shot at 5 or 6 more. I don't know if you guys saw that in the video because it was really hard to see, so I may not have put it in here, but super fun. 4-pound test, ultralight tackle. You can't beat it. And that's just what makes South Florida such a unique fishery, guys. You really never know what you're going to catch. Everything that lives in the state lives in this river, and they're all in the Okeechobee too. You guys have seen my past videos. If you haven't, go check it out. Lake Okeechobee tarpon. Literally fishing a pod of 400 or 500 tarpon in the lake. This is a river system that connects to the lake, but I was actually catching them inside the dike in the lake, which was pretty cool. So I just ran up on a tree. I am going to lay the rods down and haul ass back to the ramp. And I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully the next one I can do something where I'm not as scatterbrained and I can sit down and focus and break something down. And hopefully it's down out on Lake Okeechobee and we catch some 7, 8, 9 pounders. So I appreciate it, guys. And if you have any questions, you guys have my number. Give me a call, shoot me a text, and I look forward to the next one.